All right, guys, so we got two separate videos from two separate subscribers. Shout out to Isabella for the first video here, and shout out to Sully for the second video. I put them both together because I think they're pretty synergistic. This first video is young women reacting very poorly to what me and most people would consider a very high body count. And the second video is probably the perfect depiction of most men's worst nightmare conversation during a first date. Before we get into these, as always, guys, take a second to at least consider subscribing and ringing the bell at the time of this video. We're trying to get to 50K. Never thought it would get this far, but here we are. Anyways, get your popcorn ready. Make yourself comfortable. Let's get into this.
What are some red flags for you in a partner?
Just if they have like a abnormally large body count, or in the past year at least. That's the main thing.
What's like an abnormally large body count?
For someone my age, maybe for a long-term relationship, maybe like 30 or more. I don't know.
Okay, very cool. Now, cool. What are some
30. They were offended by that. These young women look to be in their early 20s, offended at the number 30. I'm sorry. You guys can call me a hypocrite. I've said many times I've done my share of sleeping around. I have. I don't care. You can come after me, call me a hypocrite. There is no scenario where young women especially, but of any age, having a body count of 30 or anywhere near 30, there's no scenario where that's not a bad thing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That is just not necessary. It's just, that's as red of a flag as I can imagine. It's all bad. The fact that they were offended by that, oof, man, that's a bad thing. Let's jump into this second video. This one's pretty hilarious. This is the perfect example of what most men would consider a nightmare first date discussion.
So, what were you saying about not having fun?
I'm done having fun. I'm done having fun. I had so much fun in my 20s. So much fun with so many men. Too much fun, honestly. I think I, reached the fun limit. But I'm serious about dating. I'm in my 30s. I have a plan. I have a time frame. I have deadlines.
Right.
I want a baby in a year. I just froze my eggs. I want a ring in 9 months, and I want to be married a year and a half, maybe 2 years. So I'm looking for someone who is at that level.
Well, this
and is willing to meet me at that level.
For sure. This is our first date, so
yeah,
I feel
know.
Like
That's why I'm being
maybe
crystal clear, because so many men look just like you, have just wasted years of my life, and I'm so sick of it, and I'm not going to let it happen.
Well, I thought you were trying to have fun, so it's
no,
like...
I'm not having fun. I'm done having fun.
Right, you're done with fun now, but before...
I had so much fun.
Yeah, that much is clear.
A lot of men.
Yeah, I'm picturing a lot of things
and
right
I
now.
don't need to do it anymore. And
yeah.
Honestly, you're really not my type. My friend told me to go out with you, and because she seems like you're the type that wants to settle down. So
okay.
Normally I don't go for you, but I feel like maybe you're at the same place in your life and my life.
I don't know. Yeah, this might not be a great fit.
First date, and she's already laying out a full timeline like it's a business meeting. Baby in a year, ring in 9 months, marriage in 2. That's not romance. That's a checklist. The whole vibe screams desperation and not attraction. Nothing makes a man lose interest faster than feeling like he's being recruited to fix a life plan that's already behind schedule. This is the problem with the fun years. A whole decade spent running around, stacking memories, stacking baggage, and then when the party's over, suddenly it's time to get serious. But serious doesn't erase mileage. Serious doesn't erase the past. The truth is simple. No man with options is signing up to be the retirement plan after a decade of chaos. No man with self-respect is rushing into a contract just because she wasted her prime and now wants to hit fast forward. Love doesn't grow under pressure. It dies there. And any guy who sticks around after hearing that kind of speech on a first date isn't her soulmate. He's just desperate enough to play along.
So let's approach these separately. Let's talk about each one separately. First off, the body count thing. Again, you can say what you want. You can judge me, call me a hypocrite. There is no world where young women having a body count of 30 or anywhere near 30, there's no world where that's not weird. That is gross. It's disgusting. It is a sign of how cooked we are as a society. The fact that young women hear that and they're triggered by it, that's bad. That's all bad. Very, very bad. The second video, I honestly think this is a skit, right? It looks pretty obvious to me that this is a skit they're both kind of playing, but nonetheless, it's not far-fetched. This is a relatively common way of thinking for a lot of women today. It is. A lot of women today have compartmentalized those different areas of love, right? So they see romance and the sexual realm, they see that separately from provider. They see that separately from retirement plan. And the worst part is I still see a lot of men to this day that are oblivious to this nonsense. A lot of men to this day that are oblivious to what's going on. You've got women that literally run around doing God knows what with God knows who forever. And then they just find some guy to fall in line that's worked his A off, set himself up for success, tons of sacrifice, tons of discipline. He's putting all this time and effort, energy and resources and discipline just to have some woman that's very undeserving come in and suck it all up. Suck up the resources. That's about the only thing she's sucking up. But it's the truth. I've seen it. It breaks my heart. And it's really irritating because this type of content is very mainstream. It's not hard to learn this kind of stuff. So many people talk about this all the time, but we still have a huge number of men today that are just oblivious. They're oblivious, or they're gluttons for punishment. Maybe they like it. One or the other. But I'll tell you what, like I've said 1,000 times, ladies, I'm not here to tell you what to do or who to do it with. I wouldn't stop you if I could. You do you. Do what you want. Make yourself happy. But understand that you don't have a right to tell men what they have to be okay with. You don't get to do whatever with whoever with complete and utter, absolvance of accountability. It's not how this works. You don't get to tell people that they have to be okay with things you've said and done. You don't. So as much as you want to run around doing God knows what with God knows who, God bless you. Most men, especially the ones that you're going to want, they're not going to be okay with that. You will be held accountable. You will be judged, rightfully so, for putting 200,000 miles on the odometer between your legs. You will be judged. So take that for what it's worth. Do what you want, but also take the repercussions that come along with that, especially in the dating world. Your only shot at getting a good man is to start the entire relationship off of a bed of lies. The entire foundation is going to be nothing but lies. Not trying to be mean, but that's the truth. And like I said, when you put videos on the internet like this, I'm open to being judged. I'm open to being attacked. Fair enough. I'll take it. Most of it's probably deserved. I'm just saying, this behavior, this rhetoric will never be okay to good, self-respecting men. It just won't. Stop trying to normalize it. It's never going to work. Anyways, take a second to like the video. If you did like the video, that helps me out a lot. It offsets the haters, lets YouTube know that you like the video. Maybe someone else would like it too. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It only takes you a second. You could have been done already. Until next time, guys, I'm going to leave you the way that I always try to leave you. Take your vitamins. Hit the gym and always stay improving. That's very important. In order to look, feel, smell, and be good, you need to be improving. God bless. Be well. I'm out.